I am deep in the soup, and I've left this game running. We have like 4.7 billion metal, a ton of EXP, and some other stuff. So let's probably look at science first, and then make everything else work. Extra metal mine production. Actually, in retrospect, you know what? No. This is almost fine. Here's the thing. I don't want to spend any of my EXP. I think I want to go for just like extremely beefy ships. Let's try and get the Gecko today. So how much am I willing to spend to make my ships extraordinarily powerful? A lot. Let's get both the Wasps and the Plovers up to level 30. I think. I'm gonna skip the Tortoise and the Porcupine because I don't really like them that much. Oh wait, no. If we're gonna be up against the Swarm, maybe I should bring the Porcupine to bear. Ooh, Porcupine gets expensive. That is good to know. Alright, whatever. RIP EXP, but I don't really need it anyway. What else do we even have? Experience production. Metal production per active synergy. Oh, that's good. Healing after battles. Fuel production. Extra damage at full HP. The dodge would have been kind of nice. What else do we have? Academy production. Sure. Fuel pump production. Fusion reactor production. I'm not actually... Oh, no, never mind. I have so much fuel I might as well. Anything that costs fuel I can just spend. There we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that go. I guess the other thing we could do base-wise is go back to this. Can I upgrade this? Yes. So what new tech does that get me access to? Extra production. More metal production. Just deployed ships gain 20% health per ship type in their fleet. Oh, that's actually really good. Metal production and just all production. And then the rest of this is too expensive because I need millions. It's fine. We've got a big boost from just letting this idle for a couple of days. And so I can just kind of work my way up. Unlocks expeditions to the space wilderness, outskirts of the galaxy with incessant conflict, and beyond. Okay, so I'm gonna have to work my way up on a lot of this stuff. I guess other thing is, since I've got a lot of resources, let's get my EXP production up. Because that's one of the things that we're lowest on. Okay, and now I'm out of... Well, I'm not fully out of money. That's just really expensive. So that's at 70. There we go. So that should be a ton of resources, at least for the moment. And I can do some other things. Okay, notice the button on the bottom of the space map. Endless battle for EXP. Oh. I don't think we have that yet. I think that might show up after I conquer this, or who knows. Either way, go get the Gecko. So, 2 Plovers, 2 Wasps, and a Porcupine. 2 Porcupines. There we go. And we're up against Swarms, so we can just kind of let them go nuts. Oh, my healing grenades are there. The thing is, I should be incredibly strong, so I should be able to just kind of plonk through. Okay, let's grab that. I mean, yeah, they're outgunned. So we're just gonna go until I hit a bit of a wall, and then I'll probably just prestige, set some things up, and then just go idle for a while. I'm realizing with a lot of these games that active play is kind of fun, but isn't particularly helpful. And so, being a little bit more aggressive here. Let's see. A little bit more aggressive here. Aggressive or being a little bit lazier actually seems like a really good idea for me. Just absolutely just peace out whenever the going gets tough. Instead of, you know, subjecting myself to endless grinds. I can do that with a couple ones. Like Realm Grinder very much currently is actually one of the more active ones. Shockingly. I was kind of surprised by that. But is fine. The exploders do actually spit dudes at me. Oh, I shot a healing grenade. That's fine. God, the music on this is so sick. I might as well mention, seeing as I'm kind of deep in the soup, that if any of you guys have any good suggestions for other incremental games, especially ones that kind of are on the same vein and quality level of, I mean, especially, I would say, Orb of Creation, I am all ears, because I'm trying to find, like, the best of them. I think I'm probably going to do another one of those Diablo-style recommendation videos where I'm just like, hey, these are, like, the actually good ones. Let's see, what about Darkspar? I tried launching that. The problem with Darkspar was that, like, it was like, you are now, exploring the field. It's gonna take 20 seconds, and I immediately just lost interest. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it was very much like, as a content creator, it's a little tougher, for me to be streaming these games, because I have to, like, find something interesting to talk about. I can give it another shot if it opens up dramatically. But it seems like it's a much more idler than what I'm looking for. I want ones where if you want to go active, like, the option is not only there, but actively encouraged. Because this, for example, is nicely active. I'm not finding the upgrade system to be as compelling as I was hoping it was going to be. Namely just because a lot of the upgrades are just, like, percent-based. And just centered around the 3 main resources without a whole lot of immediate depth. But at the same time, the game plays itself, and I appreciate the fact that there's combat. Make big number bigger, which, like, oddly enough, big number is one of the least interesting parts of incremental games for me. I know there's a dopamine aspect to it where it's like, oh man, big number. But for me, big number isn't important. It's layering of mechanics to the point where you've scaled wildly past where you were. To the point where I'd say, like, Satisfactory is actually very much an incremental game in a lot of ways. And sure, you get to big number, but a lot of the big number mostly boils down to oops, that's the wrong one. A lot of the big number boils down to, you know, scaling up your factory to the point where you can fulfill larger and larger orders and move more resources around. It never gets to the point where you're shipping around millions of iron. Or maybe you are. Maybe that's very much a possibility. God, this is making me want to play Satisfactory. I might. Let's see. Legends of Eidolon is an RPG idler with some active parts as well. It's not complete, but pretty far through. Okay. I'll have to give it a look. A lot of big number scales with how well you've dealt with a little level mechanics. Yeah. And so, I don't want a game that just immediately throws me into the billions. Like, I can work with that if that's, if there's a lot of depth to it, but, I was playing... Oh shoot, what was it? Araxim Trials. I was playing that for a little while yesterday, just to see if that was any good. And the problem is, there's only like one resource type, gems, and all of your upgrades are around just making gems be worth more value. And there's like different levels of gems, but effectively it's just every gem is fundamentally just the same as the other gems, just a different value attached to it. Whereas like here, for example, even just the different ships that you can kind of invest in, you know, I think I'm gonna just skip the porcupines because I don't think they're worth it. But there's kind of a feeling of a nitty-gritty build that I can kind of work towards here, even if it's surface level at best, and I'd love to be able to, like, customize my ships, because I think that would be where this game would truly sing. Oh, shoot, that was my healing grenades, because I was paying attention. There we go. Yeah, that scaling point happens in some runs of things like Nova Drift, Slay the Spire, and Monster Train 2. A moment where you're like, I've utterly broken this game open. Yes! I was actually looking at the incremental games subreddit for a bit, and a number of the people there were actually positing that, like, quite a number of roguelikes, if you look at them one way, could very much be perceived as incremental games. And I actually think I agree with that. Same thing with like a number of tower defense games. Namely just because the incremental games are... it's a design philosophy more than an actual like genre. Where all you need is just start low, go high, and, you know, generally have some kind of big number or... it's like start low, go high, usually with big number or big scalability. Without a whole lot of immediate restrictions. You know, I'd say most JRPGs don't do incrementalization particularly well. With one exception of the Disgaea series, those go nuts. Though, one of the problems with the Disgaea games is that, while they go nuts, fundamentally you're doing the same thing. There's, apart from the fact that numbers are bigger, there's not a whole lot of depth to it, which is, I think, where I lose a little bit of interest in the games. But the most recent Disgaea game did a really, really good job of having kind of incremental supported gameplay, specifically with the autoplay functions and whatnot. RuneScape. Maybe. I mean, if Melvor Idol is based off of RuneScape and works as that, then very much kind of qualifies in its own right. Which one of these is the boss, or is it just these swarm ships? Why am I firing my healing grenades at them? I mean, it's fine. I'll probably just mash 3. Heal. Whoop. There we go. Heal when I can. We're good. Let's see. Any other idols you're planning on trying today? I've got a couple that I can take a look at. None that I've... I guess I can take a look at Legends of Eidolon and see if that's any good. But the next one I was going to check out is Rakanishu, which might actually be pretty neat. What's the difference between the original Final Fantasy tactics and Disgaea? You can grind in certain ways well past the point the game expects. Most that grinding takes you in new directions rather than bigger numbers. Yeah. I think that's why I always like Final Fantasy Tactics a little bit better. It doesn't really do the incremental aspect too much because it has very heavy diminishing returns on what you can do. But it definitely, that's the level of breadth that I'm looking for. So what are these? Gecko. I have no idea, but I can get 2 more ships deployed, which sounds pretty gnarly. So chance to dodge attacks. Metal production per achievement, but I need 100 million experience for that. Oof. Okay, what if I was to ascend at this point? That's a lot of candy. Yeah, Legends of Eidolon is a lot of idol. Yeah. Let's see. Arcanum, you also have Your Chronicle. I think I'd seen somebody suggest that one. I don't know why I didn't add that. Oh, wait, no. I have it installed. I think. Yeah, I do have it installed. I forgot. Since it's not a web game, I don't have it on hand. But yeah, I can take a look at Your Chronicle today as well. Just give it a shot. Unfortunately, I feel like incremental games have just taken over, but it's like very much my speed at this moment. I need games that I can just kind of play and enjoy and not stress over too much. I love roguelikes, but I find a lot of them are very much like, you have to win. And I was getting really sick of that design philosophy. It's not a design philosophy, but that kind of situation in Rogue Tower, and it burnt me out of roguelikes for at least a little while. It says, wonder try Bitburner yet? I haven't. I want to. The immediate problem with Bitburner is that I don't think I could stream it. If I want to upgrade that. Ugh. Billions. Ouch. Well, I should probably upgrade these. Yeah, let's get them up to like 15. Oh, that's only 100 million metal to upgrade my fusion reactors. Pricey, but not outside of the realm of possibility. I could also sit here mashing some asteroids for a little bit if I really, really want to. But, no. Okay, so what do we got? We can get the Salamander, we can get the Queen, or we can get... Oh. Or we can just get this one. That gives me some bases. I kind of want to head for... This swarm planet is full of farmlands. Because upgrade kitchens sounds interesting. Plus, lets me deploy more ships. I'd like the extra land from this, too. What else do we have? Particle generators. Hydrogen generators. Yeah, so there's some tech down here. Ooh! Base expansion Ozelg. 3x4 down there. And a 4x4. Yeah, so the, getting to the end of these is actually, like, really, really strong. Okay. Well, yeah, let's head this way, I think. Okay, so what are geckos? Manual aiming. Aim can be directly controlled. Enter rapid fire mode, shooting at the cursor's direction for 5 seconds. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna blow all of my EXP, making it as good as possible, and we're gonna grab a pair of these. And we'll just see what happens. Unfortunately, they're not that durable because I haven't leveled them up much, but I like the idea of having them anyway. Okay, let's grab that. So... Well, I mean, it feels like it's effective. Okay. I'm not actually sure if it's actually that good. But at least I'm doing something now. And that matters a lot. Because the alternative is me just sitting here watching it. And, I mean, that is another option, especially once we've prestiged it a couple times. That I will probably very much want to get to the point where I'm just letting this run. Because there's, you know, my fleet is so strong that there's less of an immediate reason to worry about it. The other problem is I have so many ships, it's actually really hard to tell what's going on. But it feels like I'm churning through them quicker. Now, do they fire on their own? Not as much. It also doesn't seem like it affects too much. But it's way more satisfying. The other question is, do I turn on my clicker and see if I can get this sucker to fire faster? So what ships are you running now? I've got the Plover, I've got the Wasp. I've got the Gecko, which involves manual aiming, which seems kind of fun. Yeah, especially because I can just do it constantly. Let's see. What else do I have? Let's see. So 2 Wasps, 2 Plovers, 2 Porcupines, which I probably should have nixed. Porcupines are nice, but they're better against swarm ships. They're not great here. I mean, that does a reasonable amount of damage. Okay. So this might take a couple rounds. Or, no. We're right at the end. I did lose a couple there, though. Which is the dicey... It's dicey. I think I've lost all of my wasps, actually. Okay, I want to just try and churn that down. And I think I'm out of things to do. Yeah, so this will take another shot. It would be really useful if I could see, yeah, how much damage my ships do. Ooh. I mean, ouch, but not huge ouch. Alright, where's my clicker script? Not that I'm actually going to... not that I'm actually going to be clicking here. While we wait for the ships to cool down, here, let's just incremental soup this for a bit. See, am I good on that? Let's just convince bandits. Ignore this. How are we doing on Realm Grinder? Look, man, if I'm deep in the soup, I might as well live it. Grab that. I should probably abdicate at this point. I don't even know where I'm at on this run. I'm just here. Like I said, I'm playing a whole bunch of different incremental games kind of simultaneously. It works rather well. Okay, let's just keep buffing this up. Might as well set the next build. Let's see, Fairy Bloodline, and here we go. Less a soup and more of a swamp. The soup expands. There we go. I don't think I have enough faction coins for everything, but that's okay. Let's see, because I can just turn these on. There we go. Get way more money. Just let things go. Let's see. Nope, that ain't it. Maybe we've just got enough for the build. Hell yeah. Buy all, and we're good. Perfect. And that's a hell of a lot of gems already. Wow, we have just surpassed where we were at. It's one of the satisfying parts of Realm Grinder is you find that particularly busted build, and then the game just cracks in half along the way. It's so good. Okay, well, let's go back to this. This is chugging along just fine. So let's see. Oof. That difference between metal production and academy production is a little painful, but I understand why. I've only got a couple of academies. We definitely need some more dark chunks to make the most of it, but yeah, it's okay. Oof, upgrading that is pricey. Anyway, back to this. So, it's just the boss. I have a couple of ideas, none of them are great. A little pricey, but get them! Get them, boys! Yes! Let's see. Okay, so we got a deserted chunk. I don't know. Let's put it over here. So deserted chunks are good for fuel pumps, and... let's see. Let's get them up to green at the very least. How much power do I have? Oh, I've got plenty. Okay, I can get them up to red. What level are these? 60. Oof. Do I have the power for that? No, I don't. We'll just leave that as is for the moment, and we'll work our way up. So, let's see. When's Wander going to be doing far loan sales? Not for a little bit. Do you want to just do, like, 3 plovers and just a gob ton of wasps? Let's do 4 plovers, 4 wasps. There we go. Tons of healing, tons of damage. Admittedly... Maybe I should have rethought this a smidge. Oh, these guys are getting kind of tough, too. Because a couple of porcupines would not have been the most outlandish idea. But that's okay. I can just kind of... If I see any of my guys going down, we can just drop heals and be okay. Alright, we'll make it work. But I'll be getting to far loan sales once it starts getting dark out. The glare is just a little too bright for something that's... I don't know, do I want to call it pleasantly dim? I want to play that game when I can see the sum total of it, as opposed to trying to peer through the glare on my computer screen. Looks like full wasps is the way to go in this game. I'm curious about that. Because the one issue with the full wasps is they don't have that much HP. They can get killed pretty quickly. They do a ton of damage though. Like there's a lot of reasons why it's viable. But they can 100% get one shot by certain things. Looks like I need 1 or 2 more plovers to get the full ring. I'll just see what happens. Okay, just heal, work our way up. Worry about nothing. Okay. Leave those there. Yeah, they're definitely gaining in strength. I'm wondering also if they get stronger based on how far along the galactic line I'm going. That's got to be the case to some degree. No, it did get me. Oh, it's okay. So what happened to Wholesome vs. Wednesdays? So I am moving out in like a week and a half. And so, as much as I love the Wholesome verse, a lot of the stuff that we record isn't exactly the most YouTube viable, if that makes sense. You know, it's very much like you gotta be there to really get the full context and the experience. There's definitely an amount of games that we would play that would count, but it was kind of hit. I don't want to say hit and miss, but you know, right now they're playing Wolflord, which very enjoyable, but probably not that great to watch. Whereas conversely, I've got a lot of like one-offs that I need to record, roguelikes I need to record, incremental games that I need to record, and just kind of prep all of my content beforehand so that when I'm gone and moving and house hunting and whatnot, I have a massive backlog of content meant for YouTube that I can just rely on. Ooh, these definitely do go a little, definitely go a lot slower. I should have brought the porcupine, but we'll see. Yeah, I think they start with the jigsaw today too, which might not do well on YouTube. I have no idea. I should probably put up the previous, like, at least an experimental John Goodman puzzle, just to see how that goes. Yeah, they're clobbering my poor wasps. But I've got enough plovers that I can kind of heal through it. We'll see. But no, it's nothing dramatic. Just a matter of me trying to be practical at the moment because I have so much to do. There we go. Yeah, I'm keeping most of my wasps up. I think the large quantity of plovers is kind of secretly an MVP too. Just because even though we're actually fairly evenly matched, I've got a ton of healing. I really should probably use the shotgun shots more. There we go. Hey, thank you Dindon's Canadian for the 24-month resub. 2 years, time sure does go by fast. Yeah, it does. Thank you. Oh, I should play some Monster Train at some point. Oh, I lost a wasp. Damn. Nah, it's fine. And thank you, Eye of Magi, for the Prime sub, and welcome on in. Thank you. And Azrael of the Lost for the 42-month resub. Where did all that time go? Ugh. I mean, I know where the last 2 years went. Monster Train My Little Pony mod. God, do we do it? I could. It's actually good. Yeah, that's what I've heard, and I'm thinking like, well, I don't have standards. Probably get absolutely just lambasted in the comment section, but at the same time, I don't know. Might be worth it all the same. Just send it to Rhapsody and be like, so, Monster Train? It would be such a 50-50 on whether or not he'd go for it. God, being down to 2 wasps is rough. That's why I should bring porcupines, just to kind of soften things up. I just don't know if this is worth my time. Okay. There we go. And thank you, Faye, for gifting us up to Derp Gently. What? That is an amazing name. I love it. Okay. You know what? Yeah, let's just let this do its thing. Let's just delete some asteroids in the meantime. I haven't seen any specials go by. Oh, because I don't have a freaking scanner. That would explain a lot. I've just mostly focused hard on resources, because, yeah, shoot. Only so much I can do about it. Okay, we'll do some monster trade in a little while. I'll give it a shot and we'll see what happens. Okay, ships are dead, but that should surprise no one. So what do we do in the meantime? Because unfortunately we're a little bit hard-locked, resource-wise. These guys are getting a little tougher. Because, I mean, one option is we could just ascend now. That's 4K candy, that's not bad. Do we want to just ascend and let it go? Because I could push forward, potentially finish this planet. But then stall out. Or we could ascend, get started on the next tier, and then work my way through. Let's ascend. Because I think constant ascensions is a good idea. So what do we grab? 20% discount on upgrades you've bought in previous Ascensions, extra offline production, which is pretty good. Let's see, collect cooking ingredients from conquests. Oh, interesting. You can hold the shift and fire all abilities simultaneously. That's interesting. What else do we have? Base metal from asteroids. Double the candy effect. Ooh. Okay. Oh, replicator building which mimics the production of nearby buildings. Huh. I'm really curious about cooking. But that's expensive. Because this would leave me with less candy. Otherwise, we leave cooking for next time, have 1,000 candy, but it's doubled, so it's worth 2,000. I think we might want to do that for now. Because each unspent candy gives 1% production. So this way we have 1.2k, so that gives me 2,400% synergy bonus. So, right, I have to click on these, which, I mean, they're worth quite a lot. There we go. I think this is a good idea. Let's see, so metal mine, metal mine, metal mine, metal mine, metal mine, metal mine, don't judge me. Solar panel, solar panel, solar panel, solar panel. And one research lab. For now, that'll have to do. I'll have to delete probably one of these metal mines at the very least. But it's okay. Let's just get him up to level 5. And then I'll be back to manage this a little bit when we're further on in the soup. Get all these up to green. Okay, because I don't have any academies yet. There they are. I guess I can push it a little bit further. Let's see. I'm going to demolish this, because at the very least... At the very least, I should get my academy set up. There we go. And then I can destroy some asteroids for a little bit extra. While we wait. I mean, that extra production speed just goes so far. Do we just go conquer some things? Maybe. Do we have fleets? Yes. Fleets, fuel pumps. I mean, we might as well just buy everything that we can as we go by. We'll want all of them anyway. Okay. Galactic map. It's great. Let's see. Level 5 wasps. Good luck, buckos. I'm just gonna let them fight. I'm gonna hit asteroids in the meantime. I don't think I have abilities anyway that I can spend. Because the other thing is, we could just hang out and watch them fight while I mess around with some other soupy business. It's tempting, because the extra metal doesn't actually go... it goes far, but we don't need it at the moment. Yeah, that doesn't help too much. Alright, what else we got? Extra all production, extra all metal mine production. It's part of the reason why I'm kind of like, eh. And that's the Ascension tree. There's got to be another Ascension tree than just this. Oh, that's really neat, actually. You can click on this to actually see how the fight's progressing. Well, that's cool. They're still probably dead, but whatever. Let's just get my my Academy production up to, like, hyper maximum. There we go. That'll help. I guess I might as well start upgrading my metal mines as we go by. They're not even that expensive. Get them up to orange. Okay, well... I mean, it's fine. We actually... wow, we do scale fast. Okay, does that give me just enough power? Cool. Might want to wait. We might even want to get the next research lab just while we're here. And that takes a while. Hello! There's nothing I can do at the moment. Because we need fuel. Do I have fuel? Oh, I do have the fuel pump. Here. Let's get rid of this. Get a little bit of fuel going. Until it tells me to stop. There we go. Because that unlocks quite a number of upgrades. At minimal cost. There we go.